Welcome everyone to Up the Creek. That is the level that we are tackling during our journey to defeat all of the dev relic times. We had a pretty successful time on Native Fortress, getting a sub 150. Today we're trying to get around a low 112 to beat the dev relic on Up the Creek. As always, you can see Gollum the Great's time. That's actually a new PB that he set a couple of weeks ago. I was actually only 1 millisecond behind him originally. And yeah, the dev's got a time of 1:12.64 and Gollum's time is just a mere like 20 milliseconds ahead of that. But from what he was saying in the Discord chat, this is actually a pretty damn difficult relic to do. He said it's one of the tighter ones anyway, from the dev relics that he has done. And yeah, we've already beaten Jack Cornish and Prosafia Gaming's time with our original attempt on Up the Creek, which if you remember was pretty funny. That was the one where I beat Native Fortress trying to beat Wumpa Lewis's time in like 7 attempts. Was genuinely shocked to have beat Wumpa Lewis so quickly. And then I just kind of like went through Up the Creek and yeah, I beat Wumpa Lewis's time on my first try, and this is obviously the time I'm still competing with now. Oh, that was shit. If you enjoy these dev relics, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I was very, very grateful to get your guys' help getting to 1,000 subs. What does your subscription get you? Well, it gets you the front row seat to watch me fall off the second leaf of this level on repeat. Okay, maybe there's actually no texture on that branch there. This one's actually even more cycle heavy than the first one, I believe. It's one of the things that makes it a little bit more difficult because every edge that you need to get is all dependent on cycles. Like, I maybe could have made that. If you can just keep going as fast as possible, I think that you can kind of get most of the cycles first try without waiting. Whereas on Upstream, it had a very, very significant cycle that could be skipped. It was just really, really hard to do. Oh, we were so close to dying there. Pill-shaped hitbox was like in two minds, whether or not to kill me, and then it remembered how much praise I've been giving this game recently. Oh, okay. I believe that Garland, it's either Garland or someone on the leaderboard, takes damage to that plant to make sure that they can make that cycle. Because if you can make that cycle, it saves you so much time. We've already lost most of our runs to this very, very first jump. Come off it, man. I was actually inside the flower. Hey, that time we made it. Not sure why we couldn't get that last time. Yes, that's the jump you need. Okay, we got something that went right. We now just need to not mess up the rest of the level. I think that's like the sort of more difficult thing to get right. Because obviously it's dependent on your jump height to make sure that you don't accidentally die there. Try not to die to the tree jump that time around either. If I remember as well, the person who's top of our leaderboard on Wumpa Wiki, they actually spin those two crates after they go past it, and it somehow connects with both of them. Hey, I think we can afford to wait for that purely because there's no way we would have made it otherwise. What's that? 1293. Oof, that is a tough dev time. So yeah, that flower's actually essential. That flower's actually essential to beat the dev on. Monkey. Weirdly, that next cycle was still in the exact same spot. Maybe that cycle only triggers when it comes on screen. Okay, if you can bounce on the monkeys, maybe you can bounce from that monkey over to the next flower. Yeah, it's all about this level. It's how many risks you're willing to take. That's what this level is. Are you going to go for the early jump? Or not? Okay, nice. We seem to at least have got that a couple of times. Fairly consistently. Nice. Oh, I was about to say nice. You can bounce off the monkey, but nope. That's kind of shitty. It's quite cycle... Well, I say quite. It's really cycle heavy. And from what I'm seeing... There's not really a huge amount of places to save time. It's like very, very limited on your time save. The time save that you can make is like a couple of milliseconds here and there by jumping frame perfectly to the next obstacle without obviously dying. So I think our upper limit on the level is going to be quite small. It's interesting that that damage boost is essential to the run to beat the dev. I mean, obviously you can see it being... Oh yeah, you can't make that. Okay, you have to jump over the monkey. But yeah, things like damage boost you can see being essential, like to be record holders, or to be in the runnings with top speedrunners. It's just very unusual to see it actually part of a dev run. That could have ended badly. Yeah, I'm doing quite a lot of hopping compared to previous runs because we've already established that the time that we're looking to save is very, very small. Oh no, but I have to jump then, surely. Surely you have to make that cycle. That might be the difference maker there. I hate that there's a log that far through the level. Again, because of the hitboxes not being exactly clear. I don't like having something that could be a bit screwy that far into the run. Oh, the flower just closes as you get there. Shit. I don't think that's possible to get through. I think you have to wait for that flower to close. I'm going to guess like world record holders and competitive speedrunners can somehow get through that cycle in time. But like the animation for like death seems to play immediately as soon as I land on that flower. Like I don't even get a frame to escape it. So I think I'm going to have to wait that cycle out. And to be honest, like to beat the Dev and Garland, I don't think it's necessary to get that cycle. That was a bit of a late one. Still made it, but was a bit of a weird one. Also, got a little bit stuck there going up the hill. Probably cost me about half a second, to be honest. Shit. Fuck that monkey. He always has to be rolling in just slightly the most awkward spot whenever I get there. $100 Cocos versus 1 monkey. Who's gonna win? Especially when Coco looks like the Festival of the Dead. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that hitbox. Alright, come on. Coco was totally touching wood there. Get fucked. She was touching more wood than Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue combined. That's why she looks so dead today. Got ran through by 1,000 lab assistants. Yes, we made it over that. Yes, okay, I love that we're getting that jump. I love that we only failed it once. So obviously, in most games, damage boost can be a little bit risky, but in this particular level, at least the damage boost seems to work. I just wish we had another Aki to get through the final flower. Fortunately, you only get one for the entire stage. It's actually a decently long stage as well when you think about it, this level. Doesn't really feel like it when you're playing it casually because you're just waiting for the cycles. But when you're actually going through it quickly, it actually feels like it takes a while. Just like the level keeps on going. Okay, you have to wait anyway, otherwise you can't reach the lead. 112.61, is that an improvement? It is. We beat the dev. So yeah, I can hide the dev's time in the top left there. But we're not over with this level. I need to save just a little bit more time to take on Gollum the Great's time there. We are, what is it, like 14 milliseconds off beating Garland's time. That's just taking one jump a little bit earlier than last time. Maybe like 2 or 3 jumps, actually. One jump a little bit earlier is going to save you a few milliseconds. So you do that like 3 times, and you beat Garland. That was actually the first jump in a while where I thought maybe I'm not going to make the damage boost to there. But yeah, it is nice to know that making that flower cycle at the end does not matter. Because the leaf is too far away from the platform to just go straight across anyway. Oh wait, yeah, that's the flower. I thought for some reason I thought there was like another section to go. I didn't realize that was the end. This hitbox is cack. We call it Kaku instead of Coco. I'm probably taking that jump to the log there a little bit too slowly, because if you think about how the other log goes down, is that I miss that jump quite a lot, whereas this log, I'm not missing it. Like, I'm getting that log every single time, so it's probably showing me that I'm doing things quite safely there. Oh, yes, we did it. Okay, 112.17. Nice. Nearly got a sub 112 there. But we did it. We beat Garland's time, which means that we are done with this level, I think. I think a sub 112 is pretty much asking for trouble, to be honest. Yes! Sub 112. 111.78. I'm really happy with that. Nice. That was maybe about 15, 20 attempts after beating Garland's time. So that was like maybe about 20 extra minutes or something like that of playing. So it didn't take super long to get that. I'll admit it is a pretty tight dev time, but it wasn't that bad, to be honest. I think because the level's so predictable, you just need to know the level really well. And then you can beat the dev no problem, to be honest. So, yes, it's a very tight time, but I don't think it's a very hard dev relic to master. Now, funnily enough, the next level, the Lost City, I already beat the dev on. That's one of the easiest dev times in the game on Lost City. Yes, the level itself is kind of tricky, but the dev time is very lenient. It's only a couple of seconds faster than the platinum time. So ordinarily I would skip the Lost City and go to the next level that I need to beat the dev on. However, I have some unfinished business with Lost City. You see, when I did Lost City all those months ago, I didn't go for the triple Aku trick. There's a bonus Aku that's slightly off screen that I just didn't bother going for. I've got some unfinished business with that Aku. I want to get it and get a slightly better time. If possible, it may even lead to a sub 120. I don't know how powerful that triple Aku actually is until I've tried it, but I've seen that Gollum the Great has a 118. That might be a little bit out of my reach, but it should still be a really good fun challenge. So I'm going to do the Lost City next. And then I've already got the dev relic on Temple Ruins as well, so I'll be skipping that level. I don't really want to revisit that one, but I do need to get the dev relic on Road to Nowhere, which caused me a lot of problems the first time around. I don't think it will be as difficult this time around, fingers crossed. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more dev relic content. See you on the next video.